What's going on, guys? Wesley here. Today I'm going to be showing you the best working glitches in Black Ops 7 after the latest patch. Now these might as well work into 2026 because the devs are on Christmas vacation, but today I'm going to be showing you a brand new method that I came up with to get unlimited GobbleGums extremely quickly. Not only that, you can combine it with an unlimited money glitch and an unlimited XP glitch all at the same time. Whatever you need in the game, you can unlock it all in one game. It is so ridiculous, but there's so many glitches in this video. I've prioritized them by what you unlock. So if you need anything, make sure that you leave a comment down below. They have been dropping patches left and right and patching these glitches, so I understand the confusion. If you have any trouble keeping up with what is or is not working, make sure you smash that like button and subscribe for more to support me for absolutely free, no cost at all. I really appreciate my supporters and I'm here to help. So let's hop right into things. The first thing I'm going to be showing you guys is an unlimited money glitch. This one is super important because you can actually combine this with pretty much every other glitch in the game right now. I suggest that you do this solo, and how you set this up is pretty simple. What you want to do first is set up 2 GobbleGum packs. In pack number 1, slot number 1, you're going to have free fire. Next, I want you to put an ultra GobbleGum that you don't mind losing in case something goes wrong. And in the 3rd slot, you want to have round off. You're also going to want to have a 2nd GobbleGum pack that has complete garbage that you do not mind losing, and also have a lot of, for example, cashback right here is going to be consumed every single time that I do this glitch. And I'm going to do the glitch multiple times per game. So make sure it's a GobbleGum that you do not care about. All you want to do is open up your GobbleGum menu here on the right. On console, I'm not sure what the button is, but on PC it's Y, and then scroll down using the mouse wheel and use the 7 button on PC. Again, I don't know what it is on console. Just start the conversion process for that GobbleGum. What you want to do is press start while it's in the middle of the animation, again before you have crushed the GobbleGum, and simply switch to the garbage pack. What's going to happen is you are going to convert that ultra GobbleGum, as you can see at the top right. You're going to get 5,000 essence for converting that GobbleGum. However, you are going to be consuming that cash back in this example that is in the same slot number 2 in the other GobbleGum pack. If that's confusing to you, just know that all you're doing is using a GobbleGum that's in a different pack. But just keep in mind that you can only do this in the first 3 minutes of the game, and that's game time. So you just want to continuously repeat this process to get 5,000 essence over and over again. Keep in mind that I have about like maybe 47 cashbacks left at this point. Let's see, I have about 45, and each time that I get 5,000 essence, I'm losing 1 cashback GobbleGum. So you want to repeat this process by simply opening up the GobbleGum menu, starting the conversion process, and as soon as my character pulls out the GobbleGum, I'm going to press pause, click switch GobbleGum pack and switch to the garbage pack, and then finally switch back to the normal pack. And after 3 minutes, you're not going to be able to switch the GobbleGum pack anymore. Now you can combine that with the new GobbleGum glitch in order to set this up extremely quickly and also to earn all of those GobbleGums back. Keep in mind, I just showed you a glitch where you're consuming a garbage GobbleGum. Now I'm going to show you how to not only get those GobbleGums back, but also earn other GobbleGums that are rare extremely quickly. And this is completely solo. You don't need anyone else in the game in order to do this glitch, and I highly recommend that you do this before it gets patched. This is one that is definitely going to be patched in the next week. There's multiple different ways that you can actually do this glitch. However, depending on what effects that you want, depends on what method you want to do it and when you want to do it. So I'm going to walk you through how to get unlimited ammo, as well as how to get the round to stick, so you can have round 1 forever on rampage mode, unlock all of those GobbleGums infinitely and super quickly. So let me go over first how you set up your GobbleGum packs again, just real quickly, just to show you guys, make sure that you are aware. For this, you're either going to need free fire or you're going to need round off, depending on which one you want to use. Make sure you have them in your first 3 slots. Now in slot number 2, or just really any slot whatsoever, I'm going to have an ultra GobbleGum as well. That is for the unlimited money glitch. And then for the GobbleGum pack number 2 down here, I'm going to have Killjoy cashback as well as temporal gift. Now it doesn't matter what these are, just make sure that it's a garbage GobbleGum that you have a lot of and you don't care about losing, because every time that you do this glitch, you will be consuming that GobbleGum. So let's go over exactly how to do this on exit 115 survival. Keep in mind that lately I have been seeing sometimes the actual GobbleGum that I want the unlimited effect of, such as Free Fire, getting consumed. However, the effect is still unlimited, so this glitch still works. So let's hop right into the game, and we're going to do this instantly on round 1. I'm going to start the game by using the round off GobbleGum, and while it's up in the air, I'm going to go ahead and switch to the other pack, the one that has the garbage GobbleGums in it. What's going to happen is you will have round off show up at the top right of your screen saying that it has been activated, but on the right side of your screen you should see that garbage GobbleGum have a timer around it. Keep in mind, cashback is not a timer GobbleGum, and eventually it will go away depending on how long the original GobbleGum, such as round off, was supposed to last. However, you should only consume the cashback. If it ends up consuming the round off or the free fire GobbleGum, just keep in mind I have experienced that behavior lately, but you should always have unlimited effect. So to do this with the round off GobbleGum, in my opinion, is the best way for you to earn GobbleGums in the game. I'm going to show you how to do this so that you have unlimited round one, rampage mode, as well as be able to AFK this, and an update that I have on this glitch. Keep in mind, I found this all by myself. So all you want to do is come over to this area by the semi truck. This is an easier spot in my opinion. Lay down, crawl forward, and then turn around. That way your legs are sticking out in front of you like so you can back up as far as possible. Eventually, once you back up enough, the first zombie should pause as it runs up to you and then eventually throw meat at you. It should buy you enough time to sit here and simply swing and spam your trigger, or have something spam your trigger for you, and you can simply sit here and just eliminate zombies. And at the end of every quote unquote round one, you're gonna have a roll for a GobbleGum. So keep in mind, round one only lasts about 20 to 30 seconds. There's like what, 8 zombies or something. So by sticking this on round one and using the round off GobbleGum, you can sit here hypothetically forever. But you can see here I eventually get kicked for inactivity. I'm gonna have a video out in the next 24 to 48 hours on how you can bypass this. So if you're not a subscriber already, make sure you subscribe. I dig into glitches constantly, guys. This is my main job, so thank you so much for supporting. So eventually you may get kicked because the zombie is out of reach and you're not doing damage. You always have to be doing damage when you're in any of these glitches. So now I'm going to show you how to do this with the free fire GobbleGum. You can do this an unlimited amount of time until the forced exfil on directed mode, or you can go into standard mode and you can actually get to round 999 using this method. Now there's multiple different spots you can do that with. I'm not going to go over those right this second. I'm just going to show you how to do this glitch because that's what this video is for. So you can use this for weapon levels, you can use this for camos, you can use this for unlimited AFK XP, which I will go over in a minute, but just keep in mind multiple of these spots do not work for the Ravagers, but you're still going to have unlimited ammo, and that's what this portion of the video is about. So here's how you do it with the free fire GobbleGum. No matter where you're sitting, essentially it will keep the effect for every single weapon that you pick up. So for example, I use this with this weapon right here. If I go to the box and pick up a new weapon, I'm going to have those effects still happening because the free fire GobbleGum, as you already know, lasts for the entire game. There's also a way that you can use the wonder weapon and not do the GobbleGum glitch at all. I'll go over that in a second, but first I want to show you guys the best XP glitch that you can do right now, and it uses the crossbow. This one is, I mean, it's AFK. You can find a spot on Ashes of the Dam, and I'll have future videos that show you exactly how you can do this forever. But first, let's go over the requirements for this specifically. This specific method, you're going to need to make sure that you go and upgrade the crossbow. You're gonna need explosive tips, absolutely required for this. However, the tri-bolt also allows you to pretty much last forever. You can also use the arc rocket launcher. So if you go under rocket launchers and use the arc launcher, you can also use that. Now for GobbleGums, this is old footage. Just follow the tutorial that I already had in this video, where pack number 1 actually has what you see in pack number 2 here, and then GobbleGum pack 2 should have just straight garbage in it. So double tap, you can have double standard and double time. This should help you with damage. Vulture aid, you can have parting gift as well as Condor's reach. Really, Condor's reach is the only one I'm showing off there. And personally speaking, I like to go over to Ashes of the Dam, and I can play as a solo player while doing this. So what you want to do as well is change the manual fire behavior to make sure that it says hold. What this will allow you to do is, since your crossbow is upgraded and you have free fire, you can essentially just hold down the trigger, or, you know, set your controller down, plugged in, leaning against something, hint, hint, and you can sit here for an infinite amount of time. So this spot over at Blackwater Lake is absolutely broken. It is so OP that I highly suggest that you do this if you are going for XP. So how you do the gobblegum glitch, just as a quick recap: take the gobblegum, while it's in the air, press pause in a solo game, switch to the garbage pack, and it's going to consume the gobblegum that is essentially in the same slot as that free fire. So you can see on the right side of the screen, Killjoy was the one that gets consumed. Eventually it is going to disappear. You can see it on the bottom right of the screen. Boop, there it goes, and it is gone. So no matter what you have in that other pack, it's going to get consumed. One time when I did this glitch, you could see I have Perkaholic in this pack in slot 2. I used Perkaholic. So just be careful what you have in that garbage pack that you switch to. All you want to do is go on Ashes of the Dam and make sure that you get Old Tessie, make sure you have it built and have the actual Pack-a-Punch unlocked. And what you want to do is go back to Blackwater Lake instantly. You can see I'm on round 6, so this is super quick to set up. Line up the car exactly like I do right here, where it's pressed up against the fence. And what I'm doing right here is preventing the bear from being able to get into the map. So hypothetically speaking, you could easily get to around 999. Just don't go near to the truck too often, because what will happen is a bear will actually spawn in from the opening on the right, you know, where you can like drive through the wilderness over there. It may start running and spawn from there. So just be prepared for that. I mean, you can run over, upgrade your weapon, a bear might spawn in, you know, eliminate it real quick and hop back into the glitch. Super easy. You're not going to upgrade all game, right? There's only 3 tiers, so, or at least generally speaking, in a normal game. So once you have that set up, you can easily turn on rampage mode. You can upgrade your weapon, hop in and out of this glitch extremely easy, and it's just so easy to set up. The spot's right here, and once you have PhD flopper, you can shoot pretty much down at your feet almost, but I suggest kind of shooting a little forward right here. And with that explosive damage, as well as the tri-tip and the explosive tips, then you are good to go, or the tri-bolt rather. You can easily exfil on round 32 or whatever round that you want to do, 35, before the XP drops off, and that will give you the best augment unlocks in the game. So you're going to get great XP, and you're going to unlock augments, and you're going to unlock gobblegum. So this is one of those glitches where, like I was saying in the previous section of the video, it's just really fun to do. Now there's an extra spot that you can do that I wanted to show off. I have not perfected this spot. I just wanted to show you guys this is something that is a work in progress. I always like to give you guys all the info possible. So if you slip into the little sign spot right here, this is a little glitch spot that you can do. Once you kind of inch yourself forward and drop off like right there, then you can sit here and just hold down the trigger. This is extremely easy, and the bears will actually get eliminated before they're able to get to you, depending on where your upgrades are, if you have upgraded your weapon good enough. But this is typically where I see the bear spawn, or near here, and you can easily block its access. However, sometimes it spawns across the way, across the building. So again, I'm still trying to figure this out and try to figure out the best possible way for you to survive in this spot. However, you always have the Blackwater Lake spot, and the gobblegum glitch is likely to get patched before any of these spots do. So just keep these spots in mind. That's pretty much it. But this is a great glitch for XP. And now we're going to move on to the actual gauntlet. So you can actually take the wonder weapon, you can forget the free fire gobblegum glitch, you can forget all of that. Keep in mind, if the gobblegum glitch gets patched, this is what you need to do. You need to start doing the Gauntlet AFK XP glitch. Doing this requires absolutely no glitches whatsoever, except for sitting in a particular spot. And the best part is you actually can do this on directed mode, save and quit successfully, and then load back in. So this is unlimited save, unlimited XP. Let's get into it. So all you want to do is make sure the power is turned on at every point in the map. The game will walk you through this because you're in directed mode. Then simply come back to the spawn and go over toward the semi truck right here, and you should activate the side Easter egg with Uber Klaus. He's going to come out. You're going to need to destroy him. I had a ray gun, so it was super easy, but it might be hard for you, and you're going to get a stabilizer chip. Go over to the Ashwood Sheriff's Office and use stun grenades on Klaus while he's in the cage, and interact with this little keypad here on the cage, and you should spawn Klaus. So this is a companion that will only last a certain amount of time. So go over to the Cosmodrome, which is over in the northern side of the map, and you're going to use your tactical button, so your left bumper if you're on console, and you're going to activate him and point it at the panel right here. He's going to walk up and follow your command. He's going to stomp, and it's going to give you access to this side Easter egg. Go ahead and activate by interacting with that panel, and then stand in this red light right here. All you're doing is essentially scanning yourself, so you want to make sure that you survive by shooting the zombies around you, grabbing the ether barrel, and then heading over to Ashwood. So we're going to charge this in 3 simple steps. There's a lot here, and it's probably going to take you about 10 to 15 minutes to do all of these steps, but essentially just plug it into the power here at Ashwood and survive for about a minute or 2. Once you're done with that, go over to Blackwater Lake. This is important because the last step is Van Dorn Farm. So the farm is actually where you're going to need to bring the capsule once you have charged it at all 3 power stations. That's why you want to do farm last. It's super important because you're only going to have about a minute and a half. Go ahead and go into the basement over here by the house, and you're going to interact with the cube. You'll probably remember this from the beta, wondering what it was used for. So all you want to do once you have that in the cube, you're not going to be timed at this point. You have all the time in the world. Go ahead and use the launch pad to Janus Towers and back until you see those symbols that are on top of the buildings here. There's 3 symbols that you need to enter. You're going to go ahead and enter them into the box, and you're about 90% of the way done unlocking the wonder weapon. So once you have entered all of the correct symbols on the box, you're essentially going to interact with the eye that is on the back side, and it's going to start the final step of unlocking the wonder weapon. So go ahead and input it here on the back like so, and it should work. And what's going to happen is you're going to get the gauntlet, but as soon as you grab it, you're going to have to do a little bit of a side Easter egg here, where you're essentially just going to destroy zombies to feed the creature, as they say. So once you are done with this, you are good to go, and you're going to have the gauntlet fully unlocked. Now, as a solo player on directed mode, you have a max amount of time of about 6 hours is what I have been told before a forced exfil happens. So knowing this, you essentially can do this glitch for about 5.5 to 5 hours and 45 minutes, and then come back, save and quit, and load back into the game to reset that timer. So just keep that in mind. The last thing that you need to do once you have the gauntlet unlocked, and preferably pack-a-punch, all you want to do is go over into your combat controller settings, and you're going to set manual fire behavior to hold. This is super important because this is what is going to give you the behavior that is allowing you to be completely AFK. Otherwise, if you plan to just stand here and do this, you can ignore this part. But I also suggest that you set it for keyboard and mouse if you are on PC, because for whatever reason, if you plug in your controller after the game starts just to use the triggers and not the actual aiming, then if for whatever reason it doesn't always work as intended. So all you want to do is hold down the left trigger and the right trigger at the same time, and you're going to notice this behavior. It's essentially going to shoot, and then it's going to recoil that bullet every couple of seconds. So follow me on this path, and here's how you get into the spot that makes this completely AFK and safe. You essentially just want to aim off into the trees here while you are crouched, and you're going to kind of lower a little bit. So I'm going to play this in slow-mo to show you guys how this works in slow motion. So all you want to do is crouch and come by the big sign here, look off into the distance, and you should push yourself into that invisible barrier that the sign kind of provides you, and then just simply slip yourself forward over and over again. Just kind of tap your left analog stick or W if you're on PC until you fall down like so. Once you fall down slightly, you're good. Stop moving, and if the zombie is able to hit you, just simply back up over, towards the edge. Very small increments. You're likely going to fall the first couple of times that you try to do this glitch, but this is essentially allowing you to have one zombie that's going to get confused right in front of you, and you'll notice it in these clips. They're going to get confused and stand right in front of you for a second, and then pull out meat to throw at you because it can't hit you. But any zombies that are behind them will not attack you. Now, the only downside is the Ravager round, so I highly suggest that you get to your round cap before you get into this final position. The reason being is right here. I mean, I go down literally because the Ravagers and any crawlers can hit you while you are in this spot. So just keep that in mind. You can see the zombies are getting confused when they walk up to me. That's exactly what you want to look for. But obviously the Ravager right there is able to hit me. So another thing that you should do, get Juggernog. You should get, better plate vest and everything like that, in order to be able to sit here and survive for an infinite amount of time, because those Ravagers, they can get you, but just keep in mind, it's always going to be round 12. So that's about it, guys. Thank you so much for watching. You can gain as much XP as you want with this. Just again, make sure that you press start, save and quit, and load back in at least every 5 hours and 30 minutes or 5 hours or so. It doesn't matter when you restart the game. Just keep in mind, when your game starts, you have 6 hours. So what that means is essentially if you save and quit and load back into the game, as soon as you load back in, before you even have gotten into the glitch, you are killing time. So just keep in mind that you have that limited amount of time. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one. Another great glitch that you can do as a solo player or with teammates, this one is honestly great with teammates, and hypothetically you can pretty much get to any round that you want because you are protected by the bear as well, is this one right here. Now this is done on Ashes of the Dam and it's extremely easy to set up. Let me run through exactly what you need to do in order to do this glitch. And just keep in mind that this glitch is honestly super OP. It's really easy to set up and likely will last the longest out of any glitch in this video. What you want to do is go over to Ashes of the Dam, make sure that you are playing standard mode so that you have the quest available, and go ahead and upgrade old Tessie. So all you're doing is making sure that you have this vehicle so that you can go back to the spawn and have Pack-a-Punch available at any time. You're essentially going to park it in the spawn near here, and you're going to notice that there is a slight gap at the back of the truck. That's probably the most important thing because you want to make sure there's a limited gap right here in between the ammo cache and the truck. You're going to have the ability to grab ammo at any time. You can always stay in this spot, and you only have a singular spawn to worry about no matter what round it is. So you can turn on rampage mode, get into this glitch, and it's very easy for you to survive. Now you may be asking yourself, okay, but what about Tessie? Eventually it's going to explode, right? That's the best part about this glitch. You are actually able to repair Tessie all while you're in this glitch, which I will show you in just a second. But everything except for the Ravagers is absolutely perfect. You may have 1 or 2 zombies slip through, but the Ravagers will slip through at a rate that's a little bit quicker. So just make sure that you are upgrading your weapon. Make sure you get Juggernog, make sure you get, armor plates and all that. You should still be upgrading your character. However, it's just fantastic for camos. This is absolutely broken. The zombies do move a little bit, but just keep in mind, guys, again, you can hypothetically go to an extremely high round, and even though there's an XP cutoff in the game around round 35 or so, a significant drop off in XP, you are still getting those camos. None of that drops off. No challenges or anything like that will be trouble for you to unlock. Now once Tessie is obviously at the point where it needs to be repaired, otherwise it will disappear, what you want to do is make sure that you repair it. You can also earn GobbleGums while you're in this glitch, so this one in my opinion is best for camos plus GobbleGums. Now there is another glitch that will also last an extremely long time in my opinion on Ashes of the Dam. This one is over at Blackwater Lake, and unlike other spots, you can actually set this up extremely easy, but it may take you 1 or 2 tries to get used to it. I'm also going to show you the spot on exit 115 as well. So at Blackwater Lake, you're obviously going to have to play standard mode on Ashes of the Dam to access this area. This is the first area that you find outside of spawn. You just simply want to lay down under this little ledge right here and then crawl upwards. And what's going to happen is once you have yourself situated in the right spot and up over on top of this little icy rock here, you're going to notice that zombies will line up in front of you. They will pause for a second, and only the first zombie will throw meat at you. So you want to just sit there and get all the headshots that you need. You can hop out, grab ammo, and hop back in super easily. Just keep in mind that the Ravagers will throw meat at you instantly, and on those rounds you should hop out of this glitch. So it's not perfect, but again, it's definitely worth sharing because it's very easy to get those early camos on any weapons.